Hey there, you all. This is Riley here with Learn With Me, and today we're going to be talking about the amazing animals, well, creatures that are taking place and hard working in your garden that are called ants. Yeah, guys, I've seen so many ants in my garden that I've looked up everything and asked so many people about this. Well, when a lot of people think of ants, they think of these things that are going around their garden that you see everywhere that outnumber us by so many times in relation to the amount of ants per person. One thing that is important to remember is that while some people might have experience with fire ants and their biting, ants are not necessarily a bad thing to have in the garden. And it's important for us to keep that in mind as we are going forward and understanding their true value as you go forward. One thing that I like about ants are the fact that they are busy carrying away dead debris, dead insects and stuff to their homes in the soil. And through that process, they are enriching and providing nutrients for the soil unintentionally. While they have their own motives for doing such things, they are one of the peak recyclers for nature when it comes to nature being able to replenish itself in its own natural recycling process. This being said, ants do more than just recycle, as they have a hand in pest control regarding feasting on larvae and different caterpillars and different flies and like other bugs and other insects that are harmful to your garden. So it's actually really interesting that you can even note that ants provide such a pivotal role in that process by helping monitor the surroundings and ensuring that the surroundings are not only just safe for ants themselves, but also safe for your garden in a way. One thing that is very important to know about ants is that like plants and flowers often benefit from plants as well, because they actually, some plants and some flowers actually depend on ants to transport their seeds to other locations to ensure that they ensure their varieties like survival. And that's one thing that is amazing that we don't even hear talked about as much about ants. This being said, it is important to note that there are some signs to watch out for if they are not necessarily doing their role, but doing their role and then some that can produce a harmful effect for your garden as well. While these might be pivotal for them, it is best to ensure that they're not doing these type of practices in your garden as well. For example, one thing to know is ants like to what's called farm aphids, and farming aphids is a process where ants actually protect aphids, that these little creatures that you'll notice on your plants that'll try to eat and produce, and like you definitely house themselves on your plants. And there's different types of them, but ants will go and protect them because through their process of digestion, they produce a sweet secretion that the ants like to utilize as a milk. And so they like to farm them like we farm cows to ensure that this secretion continues, but at the same time aphids feeding on your plants and the ants and like encouraging this process is not all healthy for your garden. Another thing is going back to the mention of fire ants. Some ants, like fire ants, for example, sting or bite and make it very uncomfortable for you to actually enjoy your garden or utilize the different things in your garden. And they can actually make it uncomfortable for your pets as well. Lastly, two other processes to be noted of is the ant mounds. One, well, firstly, the ant mounds, they can disrupt lawns, can disrupt your garden to the point where it's messing with the roots that are available for your plants, and you don't want to have them have a bad effect on the plants that you have in your garden. And that is why it is best to ensure that you are monitoring that, and that is one point to notice when it's a problem. Another point, lastly, would be if you're starting to notice that ants are very present in your garden, or so present in your garden that they are actually in your house. And if they're affecting your house, that might actually being seen in your house, then that might be a point in which you actually try to mitigate their numbers. But outside of that, these are just the 4 main points. There might be more points along those lines, but those are 4 main points to look out for when you are questioning whether or not ants are harmful in your garden. All this being said, ants play a pivotal role in your garden. So as much as they might get annoying to see them burying their holes into your soil and stuff like that actually help aerate the soil and provide passageways for water flow and other items like that. So unless they're becoming a real problem to the point where they're biting you or you have an infestation even, I would say keep the ants and just hang in there, and that, maybe this isn't a problem that needs to be addressed. Just want to take some time to thank you all for taking time to watch this video, making it to this point, providing feedback. You guys are awesome, especially the main people that tune in. I cannot wait to put out more content for you all, and I just wanted to say thank you all for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. It really means a lot. I'm gonna really focus in on doing more and bringing in more valuable content and making this better content for everybody involved. So if you guys don't mind liking, commenting, sharing, that'd be greatly appreciated. And you guys have a fantastic rest of your day.